Hey guys, it's MBSC1 again, and I'm going to be talking about my darkrai yveltal garbodor deck in this video. I've got my deck here, and I'm just going to lay it out for you. One thing I want to mention first is I was pretty set on just doing darkrai garbodor and not switching to darkrai, or not switching to yveltal garbodor. But then I decided I would test it out just to see how good it is. And I have noticed that I think yveltal is a lot better actually. I noticed that I win my Blastoise matchups a lot more. For example, today I went against a Blastoise deck with 3 Tool Scrapper and a Dowsing Machine, and I still managed to win with this list. And I know if I was running the Darkrai version without yveltal, I would not have been able to win that. These are all the Pokemon. It's a pretty small line, to be honest. I don't run the baby yveltal, I don't run Absol, I don't run a second Darkrai or a third yveltal. It is a really thin Pokemon line. 2 Garbodor is pretty much standard in every Darkrai, or I mean in every Garbodor deck. I have 3 sableye, mostly just to consistently get it out early game. I want to start with sableye every game pretty much, and then I like to have one on the bench with an energy. Just in case I don't get a supporter or something like that, so that I can junk hunt for a random receiver or bicycle. I've got 1 Darkrai just because I can take advantage of its ability when my Garbodor is Tool Scrappered or early game when I don't have it in play. Also, doing 30 damage to the bench can help against some Stage 2 decks with like low HP, 60 HP Pokemon on the bench. Also can help against just like if you do a lot of damage with the yveltal but not enough to knock out and you need to do 30 extra damage, you can take a double knockout sometimes with Darkrai. I'd like to have a second Darkrai and a third yveltal, but I cannot fit them at all. I was also thinking about taking 1 Sableye out for a baby yveltal because it's really powerful actually, and the 130 HP is very nice compared to the 70 HP on Sableye. Ultimately, I just decided I wanted to go with consistency, so I just went with Sableye. So this is my draw support line. I've got, let's see, almost have all of these shiny. Kind of bothers me that I don't actually. So I've got 3 random receiver, 2 bicycle, 1 shauna, 4 juniper, and 4 N. 4 Juniper, 4 N is just, this is essentially just the way Jason Klaczynski had his draw support line. I tried it out and I think it's awesome, and I've been running with it for a very long time. The only difference I have is 1 shauna. Before this came out, I ran 1 Bianca, but my friend runs 1 colorless too. It's just a little bit more risky. If you get it late game, it's good, but if you get it early game, it's probably going to be pretty bad. I like shauna just because it's more consistent. It's always the solid 5 cards, which I like a lot. And I find I need the 9th supporter because when I had 8 supporters, I found that I ran out of supporters a lot late game. So I put the 9th in just for that little added buffer at the end there. And I'm thinking about trying a 3rd bicycle and only 2 random receiver. That would probably make it so that I don't run out of supporters even. I mean, I would run out of supporters even less of the time. So that'd be cool. I don't know though. Yeah, maybe I'll try that out next week at League. Oh yeah, and by the way, I won my League with this deck. The only difference in the list with this deck is I added that today, that enhanced hammer. Prior to today, or prior, I mean, I had this as a 9th Dark Energy, but I decided to take it out for 1 enhanced just because I found that my Plasma matchup wasn't amazing. So here are all my 1-ofs. 1 enhanced hammer, 1 tool scrapper, 1 super rod, 1 dowsing, and 1 switch. 1 switch is not very consistent, or at least most people think it's not very consistent, but for some reason I always have it when I need it. For some reason I just only need 1. I just never need a second one for some reason. I junk hunt for it at the right times. I just save it for the right situations, and 1 just seems to be enough a lot of the time. I've even considered going down to none, but I think it's nice to have 1 switch too. It kind of works as a 4th floatstone. I mean, it's just a 4th switching card, basically, besides the floatstones. It also gets me out of sleep sometimes when someone lasers me, even though lasers aren't very popular anymore. If lasers were common in every deck, I'd probably run a 2nd switch, but it's not very popular right now, so one seems to be enough. I've got one dowsing machine just because it's my stick of choice. Dowsing machine's really good for getting back catchers, dark patch, supporters since I only have 9, and virbank sometimes because I only run 2. I like to run 3. I know 2 is pretty standard, but I like to run 3 if I can since Stadium Wars are so popular right now. Everybody's running a lot of stadiums. So dowsing machine's really good. And then I've got one enhanced hammer, obviously, just to help my plasma matchup. It also helps against the fairy deck. It's gotten fairly popular. I think it won Malaysia States actually, so this is really good against that. You just have to really know when to stop using it. So if you're recycling hammers over and over again, it can make it so you end in a draw some of the time. That actually happened to me at a league challenge 2 weeks ago. I ended in a draw even though I clearly would have won, but my opponent kind of stalled a little bit. And I just junk hunted for enhanced hammer too many turns in a row and just made it so that I was just playing too slowly and it caused me to go to a draw. So you have to really just use the enhanced hammer when you need it and then be aggressive when you need to and just not enhanced hammer the whole game. One tool scrapper just to get rid of muscle band and G booster. That's really the only reason for it, to be honest. Occasionally I'll tool scrapper my own garbodor and take some really weird knockout by taking advantage of Dark Cloak or something, but that very rarely happens. And I've got one Super Rod to put back Dark Energy. Since I only have 2 yveltal, I can put back them sometimes, and also the Garbodors if I have to discard them with Juniper or something like that. My ball line is just 3 Ultra Ball. I'd like to have 4, but you can junk hunt for them anyway. 3 is enough. I noticed that I don't super commonly get turn 2 Garbodor with this deck, but you know, it's kind of okay because the yveltal makes it more aggressive, so you don't need the turn 2 Garbodor as bad. So 3 Ultra Ball works fine. 4 Dark Patch. Every Dark deck runs 4 Dark Patch. It's standard. Don't really need to explain it, except for Hydreigon sometimes. 3 Catcher. So I've seen 2, 1. I've never seen 4. Some people run 3 like me. I think 3 is perfect. I know that having a higher catcher count makes my Blastoise matchup better, and I think this is the single reason why I can beat decks that run 3 Tool Scrapper in their Blastoise decks. Excuse me. So yeah, 3 catcher is awesome, and recycling them with sableye is very, very powerful. Then for my tools, I've got 3 floatstone and 3 dark claw. I added a 3rd Dark Claw instead of a Silver Mirror just because I feel like being more aggressive with yveltal and having a 3rd Dark Claw can kind of make up for having that Silver Mirror. Just having yveltal makes my just having that 3rd Dark Claw and having yveltal makes my plasma matchup better. I didn't feel like I really needed that Silver Mirror anymore. And I felt like I was going to be junk hunting less, so it wouldn't really help me that much anyway. But I do like having 6 tools, and having that extra 20 damage is awesome. I don't run Muscle Band just because I like Dark Claw better, and I've got 2 hollow ones. That's really the only reason. And then 3 Floatstone seems to be enough. 4 would be nice, but it's darkrai, Garbodor, yveltal, so you don't have space for very much stuff. And then for the last of my items, I've got 2 Virbank and 3 Laser. 4 Laser would be nice, but 3 works. I can junk hunt for it a lot of the time, and you know, 2 Virbank is pretty standard. I'd like to have 3, but like I said, don't have space. And I really, today at least, I never found, there wasn't really an instance where I wanted another laser. It always was fine just with a 3. And for the energy, I've got 4 dark energy and 2 double colorless. I don't really treat these as energy. I kind of just treat them as more damage, or as a way to do more damage. You're just going to attach these to the yveltal. I actually took out the 4th laser for this, because this will always do 20 more damage, as opposed to laser, which will only do 30 damage if Virbank's out. So every time you attach this to yveltal, it'll make it do 20 more damage, and that's why I decided to go with this instead. It also kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone because it does more damage, and it works as it also is my energy, if that makes sense. Yeah. And then 8 dark seems to be enough. I like 9, but 8 works. I whiff occasionally with 8, and with 9 I almost never whiff on energy. But I figure whiffing sometimes and being able to run that one enhanced hammer makes it worth it. Sorry. So that's all for this video. Yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want. Comment something if you want to tell me something, and like if you like the video.